Hey guys, Deslator Magic here, and I caught wind of a top secret ban announcement. That's right, it's kind of like a pre-ban announcement. But this is classified information, okay? So don't tell anybody. If you watch the rest of this video, you agree that you're not gonna tell anybody. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Send this to everybody on social media. If you know somebody anywhere on the planet, send it to them. If you know somebody on the International Space Station, email this video to them. If you trained your dog to jump on FaceTime, live stream this video to them. I need the views. I need money. Send this to everybody. Everybody on the planet needs to see this. But seriously though, like, don't tell anybody though. This is a top secret ban announcement. But here's the thing, okay? So this ban announcement was hidden in the middle of the secret lair drop page, which is where I look for all of my ban announcements. But it does make sense because one of the secret lairs included Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath, and that's, pretty big value right now, but they wanted to remind people before they buy it, which, by the way, this is probably why they dropped the non-foil to $24.99, because I saw that and I'm like, why? But remember, they have been accused in the past of selling people something first and then banning it later. They've also been accused of unbanning something and then trying to sell it to you. So the full statement that they said was, note, we are planning an upcoming ban and restricted announcement. In that announcement, we plan to ban Uro, Titan of Nature's Wrath in Pioneer, Modern, Historic. Additionally, we are continuing discussions about doing the same in Legacy. So he's about to be completely unplayable outside of Commander. I'll hand it to him on this one. That is valuable information to know before buying this, and it's hilarious that they've effectively already put it on clearance because the part 2 of the secret lair with the other Titans is $5 more. I mean, that's just, you can't make this up. In fact, I'm not. Go look at the announcement yourself. So then they close this little statement with, while we are working internally on the larger BNR announcement for that week, we wanted to share this information ahead of the sale. So this goes on sale on the 12th, just 2 days from now. So we are obviously going to see an announcement later than the 12th, which, I mean, if it was just tomorrow, they probably wouldn't have said anything, but I have a feeling it's coming soon. And here's the thing, the whole we're still working on it, they've got to be discussing Tybalt and his stupid red counterspell, where it was like, no, it's just fine. Red can have counterspells as long as they swap it out for another thing. They do that. Okay, so it's the biggest color pie bend in the history of color pie bends. Not a full color break, but then oops, it just destroyed all the other formats. So like, I mean, really? Oopsies, it's still a complete garbage card. I mean, they've seen Charbelcher, they've seen 50 land decks, they know people do this. Did they not think anybody would do this? I mean, seriously, I'm playing this shit in Standard, and I'm almost in Diamond or Platinum or whatever the hell comes above the league I got stuck in. I'm like single-handedly using it to like level up into the next tier. I mean, that deck's gotta go in Standard. I think they're just determining that. It 1,000,000% has to go for Modern, and I just haven't investigated how bad it is in Legacy and Vintage. I've heard stories, I've heard rumblings, so they might have to just say, hey, this card that just came out like a week ago, we're banning it from virtually every format you can conceivably play it in. That better be followed by an apology. They never do that. They're just like, oh, people put together this deck and it's becoming a little bit couple percent problematic, so we're the good guy, we're fixing it. They always like take the high road like they're the superhero coming in to fix everything. Oh gee, Mr. Superhero here to save us. Maybe you should go after the evil villain that did this to us in the first place. Oh shit, it's you. Insert Spider-Man meme pointing at himself. So obviously they're looking at like how bad Tybalt can really get and if anything can adapt to it. It's a turn 2 win, okay? In principle, do you even give a crap if something can adapt to it? Should anything have to adapt to it? No, absolutely not. It's a turn 2 win, and it's not like, oh, 5% of the time you'll get these 5 cards to line up. No. Even in Standard, it's enough for me to win more than 50% of the time. So in other formats where you can summon better cards and enable it on earlier turns, my thinking is they might just get rid of that stupid mana generating ape. I forgot the name of it. Simian Spirit Guide? Is that it? They might be thinking about using that to cripple it, but like I've said, I mean, everybody wants that card gone. People have wanted that card gone almost more than Blood Moon in Modern. I mean, they want that card to drop dead. It just does nothing but enable stupid, gimmicky glass cannon one-off combos where if you stop them, the person just forfeits on the spot. It's not good gameplay. It's not fun. It's too short of games. It's stupid. It's gimmicky binary win conditions. It's everything that's wrong with Modern. But if they're going to ban that instead of Tybalt's, I still win a lot with Tybalt's in Standard. So just get better targets for it and then leave the enabler, and now they win on turn 2 instead of turn 1? Is that acceptable? I mean, no. In my opinion, they should ban both. They should take the opportunity to get rid of both for the same reason, but they don't usually go like overkill like that, you know? I mean, the only time I could really think where they were just like, let's bury this, let's absolutely destroy this, was when they banned Aetherworks Marvel and Attune with Aether. But it's Ether. Well, they spelled it Aether, so now it's Aether. But they did kind of explain it like, they're kind of two different decks, so we kind of need to cripple them both because they kind of both separately have, good win rates or whatever. I guess you could say with Splinter Twin they buried it, but that's because the deck was called Splinter Twin and they banned Splinter Twin instead of one of the enablers. Which, if I'm not mistaken, I think was Simian Spirit Guide. It's almost like they need to get rid of that garbage. So, I mean, yeah, speculating on what else they're going to ban, I think that if they're going to do Pioneer, Modern, and Historic, and we all know they need to fix something in Standard, oh boy, I mean, I don't think they have the balls to ban Finn. And I think they should, but honestly, I'm not getting above a 50% win rate with that deck. But boy, when I get a win, is my opponent pissed. I have gotten timed out and emote spammed more times with that deck than anything else. Like, even more than Tybalt. By the way, if you're about to ask why I'm playing the two most degenerate broken decks that are obviously going to get banned, it's because I have lost any tiny ounce of respect I had for anybody on Arena. As far as I'm concerned, 99% of them are slow playing, inconsiderate, net decking, clueless assholes. Just the worst scum in the community are on Arena playing against me for some reason. I mean, you even go to like the free play who cares unranked, people are playing tier 1 decks. I mean, it's the biggest group of assholes since the MTG Salvation forums, and that's like an astonishingly huge group of assholes. You need like a biohazard suit before you log into that website. So I'm just here to get coins, and I'm not here to provide friendly, enjoyable gameplay to anybody because they don't deserve it. Everybody can kiss my ass, and Arena's failing anyway, so who gives a shit? That's my official statement, and it will be for the foreseeable future. That said, oh my god, I still have some standards I will never in my life play Mill. I will say a lot of these decks that are kind of arising look really interesting. Black-White Clerics is up there, but then like Giants is kind of interesting if you can get out Crystalline Giant and luck out. Angels is actually kind of working because they threw in some like 2 and 3 cost Angels, so that's cool. That deck looks pretty good. White Life Gain, not quite as amazing as we thought, although if they get the toxic decks out of the way and slow things down a little bit, we'll see. It's not like I've never seen that deck. Snow actually looks pretty interesting. 2 color and 3 color Snow. I've seen some interesting decks, and they're all around the same power level. I think they're all too powerful, obviously. The State of Standard is too powerful, but they all seem kind of balanced, so we might see a really, really good, varied, like, high diversity Standard meta if they were to get rid of the outliers, which it's pretty obvious what the 2 outliers are. But I mean, I'd also say I'm getting mad wins with my cycling deck. So is it time to finally just take Zenith Flare and flush that down the toilet? Nobody would miss that card. Nobody would miss that deck, and I'm still seeing people play it. And just last season, before Kaldheim came out, I was getting insane wins. I don't know if you heard, but in 5 days, or like 4.5 days, I got from Silver to Mythic with that deck. It had about a 90% win rate. The deck's unstoppable. It's unbeatable. It's weaker now that Kaldheim came out, but it's still just absurd. And if they don't do something about rogues, nobody is ever going to come back to this game. That is probably the most hated deck right now. There's 2 to 3 cards that need to be ditched from there. So I think that's a tough decision on their part, what to cripple in that deck and what will be far enough. Like I said, I don't think banning Xerath would have any impact on the deck whatsoever. I don't think that banning the Nighthawk would slow it down because they'd still have Xerath. And if they just pick one other one, well, then you still got Nighthawk and Xerath. So it's like, hell, you could ban Xerath and Rune Crab from it, or Hedron Crab, or whatever. I always forget, it's the same damn card. that still would not do anything. It would like weaken the deck by 1%. I mean, they're going to have to literally ban 3 cards from it. So it's like, do they have the balls to do it? My guess is no. So I'm not surprised that they've already settled on, oh my God, let's ban Uro. Look at this card. What the hell? You know, when it's already been banned in other formats. It's just so ridiculous. And honestly, Kroxa can go with it. But the fact that they're selling Kroxa without that warning means he's not getting banned. And I despise that card. And they've got more like forced ETB hand discard or hand disruption or whatever cards in Kaldheim. So it's only going to get worse. The basically black, red, I'm not going to let you play your deck is really annoying. I've only played against it probably 5 times, but it is beyond unacceptable when it comes to fair and enjoyable gameplay. It's way crossing the line. And Kroxa is at the heart of it. So it would appear that they're not taking him with them unless they're just going to claim we made the decision later, you know? But with how bad like rogues are and how bad Tibalt is, I don't know if that's even on their radar. It should be, but they don't just look at a deck and say, well, that's too toxic. That's going to become a problem in the future. They let it become a problem, then they react, which is incredibly stupid because, I mean, then look at the state of standard for the last 3 years. It's never been playable. It's always been complete shit because they take too long to react. So they need to stop doing that, obviously. In fact, why don't they just back up a couple weeks earlier and stop printing this broken shit in the first place? Who looked at Kroxa and they're like, oh, repetitive card discarding for 2. That'll be fun. Everybody will enjoy this. Who does that? Who approves that? But then again, we're talking about like, you know, Wizard of the Coast. They just thought Companion was a great idea. Nothing about Companion ever should have worked. And it didn't. And they were wrong. It's time they started listening to the community. They take these damn polls and everything, and they clearly don't listen to them. Or the wrong people are taking the polls, and then they hit, 1,000 or 10,000 or whatever, and then they close it, and they don't hear from the people who aren't, like, Twitter fanboy, basically groupies following them around on social media, because you should not listen to those people. They don't know what the they're talking about. So, man, I mean, I could speculate all day on what I think they're going to throw into the ban, but I'll open up to you guys. What do you think they're adding to this ban announcement, and just how big do you think it's going to be? Because the fact that they've already settled on Earl, but they need more time to look at, like, more things, I don't think they're like, oh, we need to look at the stats and consider this and talk about it more. I think they're just like, we need another week worth of stats to see how bad Tibalt really is. And I mean, at this point, really, do ya? But I mean, the meta is still developing. The Kaldheim came out like days ago. I think they're just waiting to see if like it becomes a dumb gimmick and people stop playing it, which, no, not with the win rates I have. Let me just tell you right now, Wizards, I'm not going to stop playing it until you force me to. But I think now that Kaldheim's out, they're going to throw some older, really hated stuff under the bus. It's just, I don't know if Rogues is old enough. I guarantee you Zenith Flare is. So I think we might see that. And the problematic win ratios after I made my video and everybody in the comment section said, oh my God, this is literally just free wins. I think it's time to kiss that goodbye. Would I put a bet on it? No. Wizards of the Coast is dumb as hell. I don't expect them to properly manage anything, actually. So they might just say it's just Uro, and then nobody will give a shit. So I don't know. It's definitely going to be a hell of a roller coaster. I actually have a sponsor lined up for the next ban announcement, whenever it is, which is actually kind of funny. I just straight up told him, I said, it gets the most views. You want mad views, and you want it in a video that completely disparages Wizards of the Coast and dumps on them for their stupid mistakes. And he's like, yeah, I'll give you one guess who it is. So anyway, thanks for watching. I cannot wait for this ban announcement to fix absolutely nothing, and I'll see you guys next video.